Hello our beloved viewers, it's 9 p.m. You are watching on live RTD channel. Welcome to this English news edition. Here are the major stories. The President of the Republic resumed his tour in the region of Al Sabih. And on the international scenes, the European Union put to the test with the coronavirus. Those were the headlines. Thanks for joining us in our newsroom. The President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margeli, visit Al Sabih on the third legs of his exploratory tour in the interior region. His Excellency the President of the Republic, Ismail Margeli, continues his exploratory tour in the region, in the interior region. In this context, the President of the Republic today, Wednesday, visit Al Sabih region in the third legs of his tour after the Arta region. The head of the high government delegation that includes the Prime Minister Abdul Qadir Kamil Mohammed, the Minister Interior Mumin Ahmed Sheikh, the Minister of Budget Abdul Karim Adan Sher, Minister of State in charge of Decentralization Hamadou Mohammed Aramis, the Minister of Social Affairs and Solidarity Ms. Muna Osman Aden, and the Minister of Agriculture in charge of Livestock and Fish Mr. Mohammed Ahmed Awale. The President of the Republic and his accompanying delegation receive a warm welcome from the local authorities headed by the Governor of the region of Ali Sabih, Mr. Musa Adan Megane. The President of the Republic Council, Mr. Umar Ahmed, and the large crowd from the people of Ali Sabih who raise banners bearing greeting the President of the Republic. For his part, the youth and women's artistic groups that are active in the region welcome the President of the Republic government delegation accompanying him through cultural demonstrations intercept with traditional song and dances.
Gamalay dama chiriyapo dil qura ku wadaga o derga chiriyapo derga way derga chiriyapo
After the warm reception that His Excellency Ismail Margeli received from the people of Ali Sabih, the President of the Republic visit the various crafts and local products that were shown to the President of the Republic. The President of the Republic made an inspection tour of the homemade products in this region, such as the paints, home furniture, handicraft, and agricultural products from the people of Ali Sabih, Assamu, and the factory of the President of the Republic received detailed clarification of this product provided to the population. During this visit, His Excellency the President of the Republic encouraged encourage the owners of the project in this region to move forward to upgrade local products and enhance the quality of homemade products. During the visit, the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Omar Guelleh, held a meeting with the notables of the region. Let's listen to these details.
During the visit, the President of the Republic, Ismail Omar Guelleh, held a meeting with notables of the regions to listen to them closely about the service conditions in the Ali Sibeh province. The President of the Republic discussed with the minds and notables of this region important issues about aspects of life, most notably health, education, water, creating job opportunities for young people, promoting decentralization and bringing services to citizens, issues related to water and electricity, drought impacts, the statute of livestock, employment, and communications, and facilitating the issuance of the national card to those who carry it, and promote the rights of persons with disabilities. After the welcoming ceremony, the President of the Republic held a meeting with representatives of civil society to listen to them closely about the service conditions in the region. In a speech to him at the beginning of this meeting, with the masses of the people living in Ali Sibeh in the south of the country, the President of the Republic, Mr. Ismail, spoke about the goals of his tour, which includes the entire interior. At the beginning of this meeting, the President of the Republic expressed thanks and appreciation to the local authorities and the people of Ali Sibeh region for the warm reception that he and the accompanying delegation enjoyed, stressing that his visit to Ali Sibeh comes out of a yearning and longing for the people to see their living conditions and listen to observations and demands in this framework.
After the highlight of the day in Ali Sibeh were the discussion session between the President of the Republic and the representative of the population, a session held on the groups and on the ground of Ali Sibeh town. The floor was given to Fathia Anglais, an entrepreneur. A question, she said, whether it is Holhol, Asamo, and Ali Sibeh or other locality, we are all as a producer decide to make care of us by putting on the market on our own agricultural, artisanal or other product. To highlight all, first Ms. Fathia Anglais said, we urge our young compatriot not to expect from everything from the state, but to make a living effort to create their own business. Regarding entrepreneurship training, that the NFIP support us enormously in training and continuously in the ways of future entrepreneurs, and already the NFIP has strengthened about 200 the NFIP has trained about 2,000 young people in this direction with regard to financing the fund guarantee for all loans requests to the various local banks. We all pursued Miss Fathia Anglais. We thank all of you and pay tribute to support you forever. Let's bear in mind, Mr. President, I will never forget the prize you awarded me in March 2019, she said. In response to the speaker, Ms. Fathia, tribute to you, Fathia Anglais, affirmed the President, because to hear his kind of remarks emanating from a citizen full of creativity that makes a heart warm, it must be said, continued the President of the Republic, that apart from your tireless effort to create and produce a product made in Djibouti, I am every moment decided to welcome any other foreign investors ready to engage and encourage, even if it was an only employee instead the head of the state. Each of us as responsible patriot, we have a major asset that is to say our natural heritage, guarantee our nation, said the President of the Republic, giving our geographic location and a little climate change must increase effort to the obstacles encountered in the areas of development, and we are tackling them at all times. A third question was asked to the president by Miss Man Mohammed Waberi University. Gratitude to female and entrepreneur was the last person to take the floor. She said, first of all, I am happy and proud that we have returned to our university studies in region of origin, namely Ali Sabih explained Ms. Man Mohammed. However, it is necessary to underline a very important things to benefit from a particular and practical training after having landed a diploma in logistics and transport like me. The President of the Republic recalled in a brief way the consequence that generated this kind of relative situation by the young entrepreneur Man Mohammed with regard to the lack of a purely practical and effective training. Moreover, to note the head of a state, he said, I was surprised to discover this this morning the seafood exhibition standard in Ali Sabih with fish, and that surprised me a lot. We are preparing all logistic and transport for the benefit of Ali Sabih population. Finally, a fourth intervention of Mr. Abdul Karim Ahmed took the floor and asked a question that concerned the INPH. He spoke for the people, for the people with disability or with a special need, and said, Mr. President, you have accomplished a lot and done a lot for the disabled and special people with a special need from all categories. However, if I inform you for the situation of people with special need here in Ali Sabih, let's bear in mind that there are many unemployment disabled, and a good number of them are suffering, especially, explained Mr. Abdul Karim Ahmed. The President of the Republic answered to his question and said, I appointed to the direction of the active INPH productivity and profile life in more than one capacity to begin the head of state, evoking the dynamic direction and the dynamic director of INPH, Mr. Douali, the president, who did not fail to add that the latter knows perfectly the sanitary situation and sanitation situation or other each handicapped person wherever he is, either in Ali Sabih or in the country. Finally, the intervention Douali, director of INPH, said, I am proud of him and I thank the chief for all he has done for the person with special needs in all areas, said. Finally, the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margele, held a meeting with the notables of the region to listen to them closely about the service condition in Ali Sabih province. The President of the Republic also noted that and discussed with the minds of notables of this region important issues about aspect of life, most notably health, education, water, creating job opportunities for young people, promoting decentralization and bringing service to the citizens. Issues related to water and electricity, drug impact, the status of livestock, employment and communication, and facilitating the issuance of the national cards to those who carry it, and promote the right of persons with disabilities. The President of the Republic pledged to address all all the problems that were raised during the meeting in order to achieve the aspiration of the people of Ali Sabih. At the beginning of this meeting, the President of the Republic expressed his thanks and appreciation to the local authorities and the people of Ali Sabih region for the warm reception that he and his accompanying delegation enjoyed, stressing that his visit to Ali Sabih came out of yearning and longing for the people to see their living condition and listen to their observation and demands in these regards. National news. The President of the National Assembly, Mr. Muhammad Ali Ahmed, received today, Wednesday, the U.S. Deputy Secretary of State on a working visit to our country. The two sides discussed the existing bilateral relation and cooperation between the two countries. The President of the National Assembly, Mr. Muhammad Ali Ahmed, welcomed the diplomat and wished him success in his duties in Djibouti. For his part, the diplomat thanked and appreciated the President of the National Assembly for the good reception and generous hospitality extended to him and his accompanying delegation. His Excellency the Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation, Mr. Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, received this morning, Wednesday, the U.S. Deputy Secretary of State on a working visit to our country. The two sides discussed the existing bilateral relation and cooperation between the two countries. At the beginning of this meeting, the Foreign Minister Mahmoud Ali Yusuf welcomed the diplomat and wished him success in his duties in our country. For his part, the diplomat thanked and appreciate the President the Minister for his warm welcome and hospitality extended to him and his accompanying delegation. The Minister of Foreign Affairs and International Cooperation and spokesman for the government, Mahmoud Ali Yusuf, also received today his counterpart from Mr. Denis Mukada, the Nicaraguan diplomat who was the holder of a letter from the President of the Nicaragua to the President of the Republic, His Excellency Ismail Margele. The two sides discussed the existing bilateral relation and cooperation between the two countries. The Minister of Finance and Economic, Ilyas Musa Dawali, preside over the works of a workshop on statistical reform development partners, local and international experts, and the Director of National Institute of Statistics, Mr. Idris Ali Sultan, participated in this workshop. The support and the subject of the statistical reform focus on major topics which are better production in terms of numbers and regulatory, better organizational structure, and better mobilization of human capital. This reform will serve as a measure of the institutional and administrative reform undertaken by the government, but also it will also respond to the need to revise the statistical data used to tackle ever increasing the macroeconomic prospect and the ongoing change in economic and social condition